We're going live on YouTube in 3.
Facebook Live going on the Crypto Girl site. And
cool. So just wait for everybody to join in here. If you're watching the pre-recording one, we're going to be going over some of the benefits of using crypto, like e-commerce and stuff like that. So we're just going to wait for people to jump in here. We are on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Got that backwards right there. It's not too bad.
Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, so we've just been like cranking out stuff in the office. It's 3 a.m., at least where we are. So let us know where you guys are in the comments. Like, post it over in the chat room, and you guys on YouTube too. It'd be great. But you guys are watching the pre-recorded one, and for anybody like just jumping in right now, RAP headphone users. Yeah. How should we get started? What should we go over first? I think our Facebook Live feed just died.
That's what happens when you get like 19%. I guess live sucks.
It's all good. We got our YouTube family here. It's all good.
I have never actually done YouTube Live.
Yeah, this is her first YouTube Live. I just
welcome.
So yeah.
I'm a YouTube virgin.
There we go. So you're gonna be seeing a lot more of Crypto Girl on YouTube in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna force her to do like regular uploads and stuff.
We're gonna
it's gonna be good.
Can I tell everybody who you are?
Yeah, fire away.
So my first interview with a famous YouTuber. Well, he's working the ranks. So this is Matt Sabia. He's king of the Shopify. King of Shopify. Woo! So Matt and I were talking, and we have different business platforms. And on crypto, he does do crypto. He knows crypto, right?
Basic, though. Just like basic investment stuff.
Yeah.
I should probably own some of this. That's as deep as it kind of goes for me. You're the expert when it comes to that stuff.
All right, so we'll get you up to snuff. But one thing he was telling me about tonight, so I asked him to do this as a special favor. I was like, can you please go live with me? And so what Matt teaches on his Shopify is how you could use Coinbase for a merchant Shopify account and accept Bitcoin. Woohoo! Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I mean, if any of you guys already do e-commerce stuff, or you accept any type of payments online or anything, you already know that dreaded headline that pops up in your email, whether it's a chargeback was filed for X amount, or PayPal essentially still covers buyer's remorse. So you just get, this buyer said they didn't receive the item, and they jack the money out of your account, give it to them, they keep a free thing or whatever. Now, there are some workarounds and stuff for that. For example, you need to make sure you have a fraud protection app installed in your Shopify store. We use one that's called Signified. I can't take myself seriously even with these on, but it's 3 a.m. and nothing really matters at this point. This is when we talk about the real stuff.
No, this is when I tell everybody, this is your crypto line. I always wear this and I go, it's sleeping time. It's the time to buy. I always say nice. Depending on especially Forex markets, it's when the some markets are closed, some are open. This is essentially a lot of the cryptocurrencies. They tend to go down at night, so it's a place to buy, and then during the day,
and that's one of those great things that makes it accessible too. Where it's it's not between X hour and X hour. It's that's one of the cool things about it too.
In general.
Yeah, okay, but anyway, so there are fraud protection apps you guys can use to protect yourself. But hopefully, as we see crypto on the rise, more and more, it becomes more an everyday thing. People are transacting with whether it's Bitcoin Cash, whatever. We wind up using the magic one that's going to stick. The great thing about that is all the transactions, for the most part, they're cryptic, obviously, and for the most part, they're final. So you don't need to worry about chargebacks and stuff. And at the same time, too, a lot of the payments that we're going to see more as different technologies develop, they're just going to be instant. Now, you technically can't say all crypto payments are instant now, but the actual blockchains that also work on are still kind of they're not for transactions. They can't process the thousands of transactions that Visa or American Express can right now, but we're getting there. But one of the big benefits of that is you don't really need to worry about so much fraud from a merchant side of it. Now, one thing you could do, there's a lot of different services you could use. Now, I'm sure most of you guys have a Coinbase account. That's kind of given at this point. Might be just make this a little better. There we go. Cool. Cut off a little. But so Coinbase actually has their own sort of merchant account that you can set up, which is called Coinbase Commerce. That's probably going to be the easiest one to set up because, one, it links right to your Coinbase account. So if you already have anything to do with crypto and you have a Coinbase account, you just go to I wish you knew off the top of my head. It's either like commerce.coinbase.com or just go ahead and Google Coinbase Commerce, set up your account, verify your identity, and you just plug that right into your Shopify store. So inside your Shopify backend, where you have the other payment section that you never really look at, go in there and you're going to see Coinbase Commerce in there. Another popular one is also, you can also use GoCoin. I've seen a lot of people using that. So they accept like a lot of like transactions and stuff. GoCoin is more for like paying with altcoins and stuff, I believe. But we use like Coinbase Commerce for all of our stuff. And it's kind of funny. Like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, we want to have it on there just so, we look like cool and we're using crypto. It's the latest thing, this and that. But like, you guys would be surprised like just how many transactions like some of our like bigger stores actually get with Bitcoin. It's kind of surprising. From what I've seen, like just going back and forth, some customers today, a lot of this stuff is, hey, my friend sent me some of this magic Bitcoin thing a while back. I'm gonna buy something with it.
There it is. It says Coinbase Commerce. I did Coinbase.com/commerce. It says accept digital currency, get payments, and then it has a little thing. It says bananas, the largest herbaceous flowering plant.
Actually, okay, cool. I was not sure if I could bring this up.
Wow.
Here's an actual receipt from one of our Shopify stores from Coinbase Commerce, one of the payments we received. I hope you guys could see that. Here, let me turn my brightness down. And that might work. There we go. Yeah, so there is an actual payment from Coinbase Commerce from one of our shops. And I was like surprised, like just how many of those started coming through after a while.
Does it come to you in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin?
Exactly. Yeah. So whatever they pay with, it goes in your Coinbase Commerce account. And just one thing to remember, you need to transfer it into your wallet or your Coinbase account, whatever you use.
So is this gonna like replace like PayPal and I think people use Stripe or something?
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Like I mean, obviously today you still want to have both. It's a given. But this is going to be like a real, like just a time saver, Joe. Not because like instant transactions or anything like that, but because of the fact that like you don't need to worry about so much fraud and stuff like that. I hear it's going to be my
Wait, I want to see if it's set. I'm going to scoop on this.
One's going to recognize me with this. Come on, Face ID. Hey, there we go.
Oh my God. Okay. People are going to cut your face off. Okay, so what I'm looking for on
like
this
face off? Sorry.
Face off. It's not like cut the fingers, cut the face off. All right, so I'm looking at this transaction and what I kind of wanted to see this because it's unbelievable. You received $194.96 in BTC. So it says it like what I was thinking that would say Satoshi value, right? Like how many Satoshi, but it actually translates.
I got you, right.
And then the amount received. Oh, it does, guys. Watch this. This is
so you get both.
So exciting. I'm so glad I asked him to like totally hang like. Okay, so you can see this. No personal information.
No,
right? Okay, all right. So like, look close. So oopsie.
You can scroll down.
Look at that. That's like it says BTC received. Hot diggity dog. So what I wanted to know, hair keeps sitting up. Forget this headband. So here's the deal. What's the cost? Like, so what's the typical cost of the service? Like Coinbase traditionally is like a 3%.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same rate as you would get in like your typical Coinbase account. Because to receive money and like kind of like convert it into US dollars or whatever you want to do, that needs to go into your Coinbase account. So that same percentage, like whatever Coinbase is at now, is going to apply to that. So there's actually 0 fees at the transaction itself, but it's Coinbase. So you need to use Coinbase to get it out too.
Oops, I said click database and it went to this whole sign in thing. Now in Coinbase, do you know what GDAX is?
Right.
Okay, so I'm thinking if it's in Coinbase, so you pay for that like transfer in and they shave a little bit of the profit off.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
But I'm thinking to get it out and back into some cha-ching altcoins, baby.
That's a good point.
What I would do is I would transfer that back to GDAX for this amount free.
Right.
And then from GDAX, I would take it. So instead of 3% on Coinbase, GDAX is like 0.03%.
Exactly.
So that way that you're going to reduce your fees. So everybody that wants to do Shopify, Coinbase, Crypto Girl, and I would say just get your GDAX.com account. The credentials to sign into GDAX is the same for your Coinbase. GDAX is just, it's more of a complicated charting system, and it's confusing. It's not as like really newbie friendly as Coinbase.com is. So I would definitely just be gentle and give yourself technology learning time. Be calm when you're on there. And then you would just be simple on the left-hand side of GDAX. We could do a screen share one day. Just put in the comments if you're like, hey, Crypto Chick, I need to really help someone do GDAX stuff.
But basically, you've done any kind of like trading, like regular like stock trading, or if you've done like day trading, it's the same interface. It just applied to crypto. And actually, if you've done regular trading before, it's actually a little bit simpler just because of the nature of it. But that's basically what it is.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that like I can teach people that are newbies to all of that haven't done stock trading. I mean, I had a friend say, "Oh, do you want stock tips?" I'm like, not really.
I hear you.
But I said thank you.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
There you go. It's one of those weird things too where there's a lot of like software things that are like that. Like I was talking to my buddy Adam the other day. We were going to think because we use like Adobe After Effects for some of like the video editing stuff we do on the film we're working on.
Yeah, when's our film coming out?
It's very soon. Very soon you guys will be updated the moment we have an update.
I can't wait.
But yeah, it's like you have like this big complicated interface. And I think like GDAX is kind of the same thing where like there's these buttons and switches all over, but like you wind up using like 3 buttons on the whole panel.
Yeah.
For doing like 90% of the work. So it's very similar to that.
Yeah, but as long as like, well, one of the exchanges, like when you have an ICO, right? And you want to, let's say you have this initial coin offering, and then they go from initial coin offering to on the market. The first like landing place I've seen, it's like IDEX. Now that is like one of the hardest little exchanges to get into because you have to know the ticker symbol. Mm-hmm. And I got in a big snuffle one day because I don't even know if that's a word, I made it up, snuffle. I got in a bad place because I was watching Superman and he was talking about neurochain. And I've been watching these YouTubes, taking tons of notes, doing so much research, and I didn't know that there was 2 neurochains. So I felt so bad. I posted all about neurochain and my research I found. Mm-hmm. Find out there was 2 of them. So I'm telling you the story because if you were going to buy a coin that just hit a market, IDEX is like the easiest one to get on. I think the requirements are like you only have to have sold 50,000 coins in one day. All of these other exchanges, sometimes they have to pay like $100,000 to get their coin on an exchange. So if you couldn't get into an ICO because you were a citizen of a certain country that they were like blocking, no way. Then you have to wait for it to get on the recently added list of CoinMarketCap, basically. So a lot of the time, see IDEX. IDEX, you have to know the ticker symbol. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel like GDAX is similar to IDEX, is that it's not like you have to have the ticker symbol. I mean, GDAX is like literally a reflection of Coinbase, where it's just Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and some USD. So it's very simple, but you just sometimes the more complicated, less easy to use sites are just because I don't know why they just don't take maybe they just don't want to spend the money for the extra programming or something to make it simple and easy, cozy.
Right.
So how many payments have you been getting in Bitcoin? That's really exciting.
Well, let's say like for that store that I just showed like the receipt for, like that we get like 3 to 4 orders from a day. They're kind of like higher ticket items. But we've received one that's like, not with Bitcoin. Okay, but out of those, it's been kind of one every like 2 or 3 weeks, which obviously isn't a lot. But I'm shocked at that though. I didn't expect that. I thought it'd be like, one person has a lot of crypto sitting around. Maybe they'll buy something. But it's more common than you would think. I'm
really amazed that people are actually using their Bitcoin right now, with it being so low, and there's such a potential like at any time to go vertical.
Like they don't want like that jewelry item, wherever that was. Like 5 years from now, he's gonna come back. It's like, oh God, I bought this for $30,000 in Bitcoin. I thought the same thing. That's worse than the Bitcoin they're meaning. I don't know if you were watching the Bitcoin raps. It could have been like, I'm a Bitcoin billionaire. You know, like, he doesn't care. What is that one from? It's 2 Chainz and so oh crap, I forgot who else is. I heard it like he says something about like cryptocurrency in it, and like I was just listening. It's like whoa, like that's always like that little turning point where it's like, wait a minute. If it's well known enough, where like it's in like this like Billboard top 5 song. we're like just like on the edge of something. That was pretty interesting for you to say.
There was an article just today I was reading. MasterCard is developing an easy in, easy out. I think Coinbase actually was supposed to have the custody approval to buy 3 investment firms or something, but I don't think there was some little oohiness about that didn't happen. But there is there's a lot of I think push from the underside to these investment firms to start buying it. And what I'm hearing like in the like the heat of the hype out there is that like it's people going to their stockbroker saying, I want to get this. Literally one of the girls I work with, she said that her stockbroker told her, oh, it's too late, you can't get in it. And I was like, what do I do? I didn't like you want to really respect everybody's space. And I'm sure that investment person had a good reason why he didn't want to let her know. And I think it's the crypto space is such a complicated, highly volatile. It's like the Wild West. It's I always say it's like the motion in the ocean, up and down, up and down. And I feel like these people that just don't want to learn anything new.
No, exactly.
I mean, would your grandfather jump in on this right now?
He actually owns quite a lot of crypto.
Really? Oh my god.
No.
Are you joking?
Yes, I'm joking.
You're joshing me.
One interesting thing, I was going to bring this up a moment ago. The thing where like Coinbase Commerce, like they're making it so easy to like accept like transactions with Bitcoin. One thing I've seen a lot of people do, if you're receiving and then sending a lot of Bitcoin, instead of doing it like wallet to wallet, I've seen people set up like it's good for like donations and stuff, like on a website.
Really?
Like some people that have like the PayPal donate buttons and stuff like that. A lot of people they're using that and they're just making like landing pages where it's like, hey, send me, and it converts it for them, which is why it's easier. Send me X amount of dollars in Bitcoin. The Coinbase Commerce thing converts it for them. So I've been seeing like that as like a donate thing on some like large charity sites. Actually, we've seen that integrated and stuff. So there's a lot of interesting like utilities for that too. I mean, this whole space is still in that.
I'm so excited. Like one of the best tips I got, I think I was watching Andreas Antonopoulos. I have such an intellectual crush on this human being. He's like, ugh! He like knows so much about the blockchain, and he was saying that Bitcoin is transferable over radio waves in even like smokestacks or something. I was like, wow, like you don't even have to have electricity. So in the event,
like the simplicity is what makes it so secure in a way.
It's I literally feel like I'm chasing the time of the value of the dime to get every dime converted as much as possible into the crypto space to increase like that. I always say like, what's your end game? So it's really, and actually that's something that I'm in the midst of like creating. We have a crypto control panel, but I really want to work with programmers on revealing the Satoshi value of something and the current USD value. So it gets complicated when you're looking at these charts.
Hey, Mr. Lewis.
We have some people.
Mr. Lewis just popped up there,
How you doing?
Hey.
Ram Charam Sahu. Hello. Hey, Jamie.
See, I appreciate that confidence. Like when you see a name, you just like go for it. I'm just like, I'm going to butcher it.
I am so bad. I worked for Toyota for years, so let me see. I'm trying to do it. Ram Charan Sahu. I used to be like the queen of follow-up for Atlanta Toyota. I'm like, are you 100% satisfied?
I remember those days. Like, guys, like this has been a thing for like a while. Like,
my god! We're just
starting for some reason to like.
Should we tell them how we met?
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Hey, take it away if you want, definitely. Or we can save it. Oh, you know what?
We'll do that the other day.
We're gonna save it for a video. There you go. Okay. Perfect.
Crazy.
There you go. Because I gotta get cranking out YouTube content, guys. Don't worry, I'm on it.
All right. That's awesome. So, all right. So, what else should we like let them know about? There's so much coming. I need to start doing lots of education and research projects. Oh, what can I just ask you? Let's test his crypto knowledge, okay?
Fire away.
All right. I was putting this up because like I still haven't really fully moved into my office and I have like boxes down there, so I'm just gonna call them out.
Yeah.
I was trying to put the screen up because like my office is messy.
Guys, now she really is passionate about crypto stuff, and she really does take a lot of pride in it. But if there's one thing she likes a lot more than crypto things, knowledge.
Oh,
so she got this new bookshelf installed.
Oh, yeah,
in her office. So.
Oh my God, I have so many books. So, I'm going to test you. We're going to test Matt and say,
let's go.
So, we're just going to ask him questions. What's your favorite altcoin?
My favorite altcoin would be the one that I knew enough about to have any opinion.
Okay, can I tell you a little bit about a few?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right. So one of the ones I'm really quite curious and I'm following, and it was exciting. I saw some videos about it the other day. There's this company called Palm Beach Research, and it's like $3,000 to sometimes I think like $3,000 something to be on this special like research paper portion of it. So in March they had this release of like 42 to 46 page research, and it was all about this one coin. And the forecast of this one coin, it will like the analogy of this coin was Cisco was to the internet as the coin is AIO, and AION is going to be to the blockchain internet. And they said that it's like an infrastructure coin. So here's the thing: I bought it before, like I had like the control panel. So there's Crypto Prophecy control panel. It was really cool. I designed it to help myself with hype, right? I get all excited. I do all this research. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this coin. So I bought Aeon at like I think $3. And, you know, sometimes I get really excited about hype, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So the control panel, if I was looking at the control panel, it would have said, like, hey, this is what the recent dip of Aeon was. This is where it is now. And this was the highest it's ever been. Okay. And then it codes like yellow, green if it's good to go. Like if it's in line with my formula, if it's a better, it's like the price has to be down. So
you're kind of like combining like basic like AI stuff with like human like kind of intelligence at the same time.
Yeah, I put my own like thought process into that, and then there's so much more. Like I'm working with
the machine is doing it, but it's still like they're getting access like to your brain, like essentially.
Yes. So the Crypto Prophecy control panel, it like blinks every like few minutes, and someone's like, "What's happening?" Like, it's updating. You want the blink, the blink of the AI. So if I had that at the time, I probably would have said, "Okay, hold off, put this on your watch list, and chill out." But of course, now I'm like, buy it, or maybe I'm buying it because I'm like on a FaceTime Live or something, or Facebook Live, or teaching somebody, or just do it for whatever. So anyways, I bought it, and it's down. So this is a positive for you. It is like down low right now. So I think you could probably make good money on it. Okay. So, but I was trying to follow the whole thing, and as far as the videos, and they're starting to do videos every once in a while, say this is what's going on, there's going to be launching, and they're about to like start putting a lot of hype into the market. So then that would, of course, hype brings the price up because people say, oh my God, I got to buy it.
Right.
But Aeon, what it's doing, I believe it's the technology. It's been a while since I read this whole portfolio, but it's basically going to say you have a blockchain and another blockchain. It's like jumping. It's allowing these blockchains to merge. What will happen with a coin like Ethereum would fork to Ethereum Classic, because say that they created their program on a platform and maybe it's too expensive or slow or the technology stuff, right? So then another like Ethereum has 9 competitors. So they'll be like, oh, well, we want to be on the Stellar Lumens platform. So then they'll fork and they'll start building on that platform, but they have to sometimes they have to disassemble all their coins on this one and move over. Or
so it's kind of like a CDN basically for like crypto stuff. Like the same way you would have like your website on like a faster platform to deliver like content and stuff. It's like the crypto kind of version or blockchain.
It's not, but what it is so instead of people having to jump 100% onto the other platform, it's like a link. It's a link. So let's just say they want like one leg on this platform, another leg here, and another leg here. Then it's like ding, ding, ding. It connects all.
Also, it's more like interfacing with all instead of like actually moving.
Yeah, I think if I read it correctly, that's what I think it is. And then what it's going to do is it eliminates the need to actually literally fork and disassemble the coins and get it on another coin.
Makes sense.
And another, some of these coins I've actually lost 100% because I wasn't like totally in tune with them. And they're like, oh, well, we jumped off of this platform on here, and now if you hadn't transferred your coins, you lost them. I'm like,
right, okay.
Thank God I only had a little bit in there, right? And then, so I always say in a crypto game, sometimes you have to lose to actually like really get serious about this and focus enough to stay up late at night so you can like research and learn, right? There's a lot of money to make in this space, but there's a lot of money to learn, to burn as you learn, right?
No, exactly.
And we don't want to burn as we learn.
Right. But I mean, I would say too, like, especially for people who are beginners, because like, I mean, God, this is probably like the bane of your existence with a lot of this stuff. Like, you must get like every single day where it's like, how do I get started? How do I get started? It's like, just put something, anything in. Like, just take $100, get yourself like a Coinbase account and put it in there, and just that little bit of like leverage you're gonna have like mentally, where it's like, well, I actually do have like a very small, but I do have a dog like in this fight now, and then like you do like keep an eye on it, and like at least for me, that's just the thing. It's kind of like, wow, what's going on with that today? And then like that just like you go down the rabbit hole of like learning about other stuff. So
no, well, it's so exciting. Even like a lot of talents jumping from Goldman Sachs. We were good there. There's like 14 jobs for every one programmer that's programming on the blockchain right now. So you've got a lot of IBM talent jumping off of that and getting into this. And it's been a really exciting space for pretty much, I would say, 21 to 28. It's huge. So, which says that if that's what's going on, that, you know, I know we're all used to this like paper currency and gold and silver. Well, you don't take gold and silver. It's the online gold, we say, because you're not really going to take gold and silver to the grocery store, right? But the new generation, it only makes total sense to them. They were born into credit cards.
Right.
Like,
that's
this one's a lot younger than me. And
yeah,
you were born into credit cards, right? You are the generation.
Exactly.
That is the one, you know. So this is for you. This is, you're going to be your new norm.
Also, where, I mean, like, cash is like even like burdensome, like for me too. Where it's like anytime like I get cash from somebody, it's like that's the first thing that's going out of my wallet. Where it's like, oh, I gotta get rid of this, because like it just, the mindset, like you said, like I was just like born into that too, where like it doesn't make like logical sense in a lot of ways, where it's like, yeah, but this could get lost or stolen or destroyed, like physically. Like, it just isn't, get it out of here. So it's like the first thing like I use whenever, right? It is interesting.
It's going to change so fast. And then the exciting thing is that like when you have digital currency, you have digital tokens, and the tokens are ERC20 tokens. They're assets. And what's exciting in the space is like, I think like we buy Netflix, right? You pay for Netflix for like USD. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to have like Vice. Their Vice has a thing on there. I think it's like actually like, you know, movies that are not, you know, whatever.
Like documentary stuff.
Well, it's kind of like adult movies, I think, on this thing. But anyways, you gotta have the Vice coins to actually participate, or actually they're gonna be paying you to watch these movies.
Oh, so this is okay. No, see, it's 3 a.m. That's so bad. I think they have Vice, like the publishing company. It's like what, they can make those kind of movies now.
I think Vice really is. I don't know if Vice is the world, but I'm learning about all this stuff through crypto that you would never participate in a normal world. But so the point is, I think you get paid to watch the stuff, but you get coins, and so it's like it's kind of like pay to play almost, meaning like I think that they're going to pay you to play on their stuff. Or like if you wanted to do Dent is one of the ones that I own, and this is a mobile sharing phone. So if you went to like another country and you're like, oh, I need data, then you could download the Dent app, and you'd be like, all right, someone that has Dent would like, oh, you got a text from Mama. Anyway, sorry. Sorry for that. Anyways, you could download Dent and you could be sharing their data. So you can share data with Dent, and then you would get Dent coins. So, and then whatever. So basically, you could give your unlimited data to someone that comes from this country, comes into US, and then they would pay you in Dent coins.
Okay.
And then you could probably use those Dent coins. And another one I'm involved in is Car Vertical. I love it because was in the car industry years ago. But Car Vertical is like the Carfax of the blockchain.
Right.
Totally cool. And I foresee that eventually you'll have Car Vertical coins that you use for car repair.
That is honestly one that I did look into. I can't
really?
take back what I said before.
That
I've gone down like a little rabbit hole, like research on that. It's basically like, okay, if you guys are like car nuts, like yours truly. Like you probably know like what VinWiki is. It's kind of like VinWiki meets Carfax meets Kelly Blue Book, and it's all like actually like verifiable like information. Like you get all the benefits of the blockchain and all the features of those websites. Like that one, I would say like that's a pretty safe investment. Because like that's the only one that's in that space right now that I've been seeing, and I don't understand why that would ever really go anywhere.
So, well, what I love about Car Vertical is like I was an auto appraiser for an insurance company, and I had to put used parts on cars. Okay, I mean, let's just face it. They're like I got graded in all the estimates, and I had to have a certain amount of LKQ, which was alternative manufacturer parts, or used parts. Right? But whenever we got an assignment to do the estimate coming over the computer, it would tell us the history of that car. There's like an international auto club, I guess, and they tell all the ooies of all the VIN numbers, right? So the car VIN number is like your social security number. So the point is like when these cars go from one country to another, you really don't know the accidental history of that car because now you're an international law. But what I see the solution of Car Vertical is, if you have car theft and you're shipping from one country to another, no more.
See like what's that big news story a while ago? Where you have like Todd's electric company sells his pickup truck, and then it's in an ISIS video 3 months later. We would know how that happens. Yeah. So I mean, and I think that technology is going to really, really stop. Like we live around the same area, and we constantly are getting told, break it, all this car stuff. So it was like, or if they're stealing cars, and we're like, what are people doing with these things? Well, either they're sucking them onto a ship and shipping them off. Then with Car Vertical, eventually, you actually earn Car Vertical points when you give them the maintenance records of your car. That is so you go in there, you're like, reverse tires, is that like cha-ching, and the more information you put in there, the more points you get. So then when it's time to go to the grocery store, you trade your Car Vertical points in for groceries. Right. Or eventually I think you might use them for car repair. Maybe even pay for your insurance. I just hope it's something that's like reasonably like in depth though, so it doesn't turn into like the auto financial version, like Pokemon Go. Like you see people go around parking lots, like scanning like VIN numbers and stuff. I got $5, got $5. Like I hope there's like some more like information that you need to enter. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that stuff. Oh my gosh! So people will be like so desperate for Car Vertical points. It's in my blood. I got like that troublemaker kind of. I think that is so also good. Video for another day. Oh my god, bad boy! You're like, what could go wrong? Yeah. It's like, what could we do with this? You can be like the test dummy of what could go wrong. Yeah, there you go. That's gonna be some kind of documentary somewhere, right? What would a bad person do with this good thing? Oh my gosh. So that's it. Car Vertical Dent. I like that. Dent's the mobile. Car Vertical is the auto. Udemy. No, not Udemy. I'm sorry. You have Bit Degree, and that's like Udemy is where you can do online courses. So if you wanted to teach Shopify, you could just download on Udemy. But not on the blockchain is Bit Degree, and then people can take Bitcoin to have you teach Shopify. Right. Isn't that cool? And then you have Utrust, is like the PayPal of the blockchain. Right. So Utrust takes the money and turns it into USD, but now we know we have Coinbase Commerce. So what's going to be really interesting? Once we get into more like this nanotechnology, we're able to like connect like into our brain. So it's like you get paid as much as this person actually learned from your course. Like, that's gonna be interesting, How do you know? How do you gauge how much people learn though? I don't know. I'm saying like eventually we're probably gonna figure that out. So we're like, hey, this dude, you just fall asleep during the thing. You don't get any coins for that. That's gonna be interesting. Oh my god. I don't know. So I guess the point is I really think like people go, oh, well, Bitcoin, commerce, whatever. But I really feel like our commerce is going to be like a collaboration of a lot of different altcoins. So I just feel like this is going to be like a bit now. Like my character will need like these glasses on all the time. So you'll be doing your live streams and I'll just find like the crooked stuff. Like you'll be so this client allows you to do this. I'll be in the back. I don't know. Doesn't sound like a good idea. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's so many things. There's so many points, and
some of them are. I'm hoping that the space continues to advance and people can hang in there from this bearish market. Bear bull
market.
The bull that basically just like down.
Yeah.
It's too late.
We're in for it.
It's too late or early. It's too early in the morning to like. I don't have Folgers coffee in my cup.
Not a sponsor. Yeah.
I don't even make Folgers coffee anymore.
Probably.
All right. So, anyways, I really appreciate you doing this.
No, this was fun. I mean, we have these great conversations always. We joke at like 3 a.m. So she's like, why don't we share this stuff like for once?
We have absolutely no
it's like a normal night
comments.
for us.
No one's even going to watch this, so who cares, right?
Oh, I'm sure they will. We're going to make sure they watch this.
If you actually do watch this, smash up the likes and comment below and let us know what you want to know next, because this is the brainiac here. I mean, this dude, he is like the desk jockey of the Internet Intellectual Club.
Yeah, my business card. That is badass. Wow, I gotta make a thing out of that.
The desk jockey of the Internet Intellect Club.
We gotta find a good acronym though. It's like, man, that's really long-winded. We gotta figure that out.
I'll forget it. I'll forget it tomorrow. Anyways, I'm sorry. He's a smarty pants. He's a super, super smarty pants. And along with your Shopify, I gotta say, like, Matt is very, very good at Instagram too. So do you teach a little bit about Instagram marketing in your Shopify stuff, right?
Well, surprisingly, like the couple videos I do have on my YouTube channel right now, which I'm trying to grow. YouTube.com/Matt Sabia. Matt, 2 T's, Sabia, shameless plug. But the first one I have up there is actually how, like, for a lot of our stores in the beginning, like, we'll just grow them up to like a couple thousand a month just with free Shopify traffic. So, like, me and, like, the team that I've kind of, like, put together, like, we just have this knack for, like, just gaining, like, attention. Like, we know, like, the psychological tricks, like, you want to get really scientific about it, that make people, like, click. So, if that's, like, growing, like, a YouTube channel or knowing what's going to click and get, like, the explore page of Instagram and stuff, like, we're just kind of like a modern-day, like, digital, like, agency. Like, you would see, like, like, an ad agency, like, back in the day. Like, we are just creating that same content on all these new platforms. So before you had like the TV and radio, now it's Instagram and Snapchat and the internet and everything else. So it all translates. It's just, you can't get too romantic about like one type of marketing. That's the thing that people like really mistake themselves with. It's kind of a weird thing because everyone's like, well, if it changes so fast, like, isn't that like nerve-wracking, this and that? Well, if you do the marketing, like, that's kind of like a good thing. Like, you're always going to get that arbitrage because like you're going to be the one who's up on it and can kind of like sell that service to people. But at the same time, it's like just have the freedom of like accepting that, you know? Like, that's one of the things that like, you know, everything changes. Like, yeah, it's kind of scary, but like if everything scares you, it's all even at the end of the day. Like, just like be on your toes and like do a little bit of research. I mean, it's not rocket science. Like, all I do is read the same articles that you could. So,
what is your favorite go-to for news?
Favorite go-to, like, to be honest, like, the first thing I usually see in the morning, like, I don't know if it's a smart thing to do. It's usually just, like, the Twitter, like, the moments page, like, thing they have on there.
Really?
Next to that is going to be, like, I'll go on, like, Reddit, like, a lot. But other than that, you got to dig around.
So it's not the New York Times?
No, yeah, like, there's some people I follow on both sides I'm just not going to bring up because, like, you're going to lose, like, half your audience here and half your audience there. But I'm very, like, I'm more, like, down the middle than a lot of people would think. Like, there are some things I'm, like, surprisingly conservative on, and other things I am total, like, left-wing nut job on. Like, people would never expect.
I can't lose my audience.
I was just going to reference a conversation before, but I'm not going to do it in real life.
I can't lose my audience. I don't have
exactly.
Audience.
So, yeah, I'm being very neutral here. So, we're working on it.
It's crypto. I mean, be honest with you, like, people know Bitcoin, but I don't even think they know what it. A lot of people don't know what it is yet.
Right.
So we're working on it.
I think it's an interesting thing because, like, I don't even know if they ever really have to. Because, like, how many people know the way our system works now? You know?
No, I think it's gonna. I think like the adoption.
Everyone makes it through the day.
The adoption of actually the usage of this. I call it now cyber currency. I think it's going to take a few years, but now seeing that MasterCard's getting on it, Coinbase is Actually, maybe it'll take a year or two to get some mass adoption, and I really hope that like collectively that the economist or the economy is and the more political world comes up with a solution, because this is like, I think there's a little confusion as to what this stuff is.
Right.
I guess I should avoid subjects like that. But the point is that you have some currencies, you have some kind of like, I call those ERC20 tokens. They're like gift cards, like a gift card to Target. And it's like when I said like you'll use car vertical coins probably to like pay for your car repairs. That's what I want them to do with it. Or the dent coins to buy mobile. Really, ultimately, what I see happening in this cool like blockchain open source. The keyword is open source, decentralized blockchain. So just know that there are blockchains that are not open source, and they've kind of like.
Right, which
they could be centralized blockchains.
That's all the ammo. Like any like people like dissenting about this stuff. Like that's all they need, because it's like one of those goes wrong, and it's like, oh, but look, the blockchain had this defect. Yeah, but that wasn't really what we're talking about.
And I think they'll have fun. They'll sprinkle their little fun, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they'll. I could probably, I'm gonna play bad boy brain, right? I could see someone creating FUD purposely on a centralized blockchain, but only reporting it as a blockchain.
Exactly my point.
All right, that's good. Yeah, so we just crack the egg of the future.
Happen. Right, exactly.
Prophecy.
Just like we had like BitConnect, and now it's like, all crypto's a big pyramid scheme.
Bad connect.
So BitConnect.
I really.
What am I gonna do?
I got sucked down that rabbit hole for like 5 seconds, I guess, but I didn't. I was never going to give anybody money.
Right.
This is the whole point of this whole cryptocurrency stuff is that you manage your world, you manage your money. Yeah. You don't do it if you don't want to. You don't have to.
Like we were talking earlier, like it's you and
your money. That's
like
it.
A mixed bag with the BitConnect thing, where it's like, no, that's disgusting. That's horrible. Like people gave them like their life savings and stuff, but like at the same time though, where it's like, okay, let's say you only lost like I don't know. A couple $100, like BitConnect, right? Like that was a little bit on you. A company came in and said, "Hey, give us some money, and we're going to give you more money back. How are you going to do it? Just trust us." People gave them the money. 2 years later.
But were they giving them? I mean, I didn't do it myself, but were they giving them statements that like the Madoff, like?
Yeah, what they were doing, it was very similar to that, because it's basically, to my understanding, they were asking people to exchange their Bitcoin for these BitConnect coins, which they controlled all the value of, and they were manipulating a lot of certain ways. And they were saying, well, whenever you want down the road, you can just cash out for Bitcoin again.
So that brings me to another thing. It's like, is it mineable? On CoinMarketCap, there's this little asterisk next to the coins. And so when Ripple came into effect, I remember I was wondering, well, what's the deal with Ripple? Like, what's this bad juju that's all on Ripple?
Yeah.
And I discovered that mini little asterisk. And you go scroll down on CoinMarketCap when you're just looking at the currency coins, and it says star, not mineable. And it was that star was right next to Ripple. I was like, ah! So, I wanted to know, like, okay, does that mean that it's, if it's not mineable, then they always say like Bitcoin has such a value because there's such a cost to mine it. Like they were thinking, I heard that like even Bitcoin would probably start, like the miners would probably just keep on buying Bitcoin to keep the price up because it's even cost effective for the mine.
There's plenty of stuff like that.
But
like you'll see, you just track it like in your Coinbase app. It's like, some billionaire was bored. He decided to get into crypto. You see those many like spikes in there that go like straight up.
Verticals.
It's like, oh, there you go. Yeah.
Verticals, billionaire. Yeah, I mean, well, I've heard so many interesting stories.
It's like someone with like a lot of money, just like, I'll get into this, I guess.
Well, I've been following some big names on YouTube and that are in the institutional money. And the one guy, he's got 20% of his portfolio in cryptocurrency. However, very intensely, like listening and writing notes, he did specify that he gets into crypto in private investments. So just like the major money in the stock market is made in the IPO, the initial public offering.
Right.
So like in the ICO's initial coin offering, the difference is in the stocks, if I know this correctly, like you have to have $250,000 a year. You have to make that for 3 years consecutively, have over $1 million in net worth that doesn't include the value of your house.
Like someone required you to be like an accredited investor.
Yeah, to be an accredited investor to participate at an IPO. What's beautiful about the crypto space is that anyone can invest in it. However, should you invest in an ICO? Well, there's like a few sites that I definitely think you should go to do that, like ICObench.com, ICOdrops.com, and there's a grading. And then there's research that needs to be done because, I mean, it's a pipe dream, you know, until it actually hits the market. And then it goes through like their quarterly updates and stuff. So.
You're literally just buying. Like,
you're taking a risk.
Pretty much. Yeah. Which is, those weird things too, where it's like, no, like there are some, they do have like a lot up front, like to back it up, like the technologies behind it and stuff. But like, it fascinates me too, where it's like, as much faith as I have a lot of this stuff, like all these bad actors give the whole industry like a bad name. Well, it's like, well, here, I wrote up this one-page like thing, and I made a really good-looking website, and we had this badass video. Give us a bunch of money, like.
One thing I do, like when I'm researching white papers and like the who's who, is that I love the companies where they give you the people that are part of the project, and you click on it, it goes right to their LinkedIn. So then you can actually look at their LinkedIn and like. Are they really who they say they are? You know, can you send an email to them or something? So, I mean, if they're really out there saying we're gonna raise $40 million for this, and you can't click on their LinkedIn and this and that could be a red flag.
Sure.
You know, I mean, people can hack everything. Oh, one thing I do want to go back is that you were saying, put $100 into Coinbase just to get into the space.
Right.
I usually tell people, do $25. Like I like to like say, what can I get for $25? Because if you have a family of 4 and you're going through the McDonald's drive-thru, it's always going to be like $25 to $30. So I say, cook at home, rice and beans. I don't know. Just cut out the crap and drink some water. Yay! Have some vegetables, plant some seeds, grow some lettuce. You know.
Where's this going? Where did this go?
Because a lot of people go, I don't have money for that.
No,
but I really feel like everyone really, really deeply should have some of this like cyber currency in case the value of the currency that they in their government currency goes down south. And I feel like $25 today and some coins give you 10,000 coins. And all you need to do is that coin to go to $1, and then you have $10,000. And if you search through the coins and you look at the historical data on these coins, and you're like, oh my God, like maybe 30 to 40% of them were like 0.002 cents at one time, and now they're at $100. What if those 10,000 coins that you bought for $25 turns into $100? Right. I mean, that's a big chunk change. And you just sit on that $25. You want to sit on a chicken nugget for like 3 years and see what happens, or you want to sit on like 10,000 coins and see what happens. Yeah. You know, when you hatch that egg, what egg do you want?
Where did this go?
Anyways, the point is like, you know, just take a little bit of cash, stick it in.
Just get something in there. Like force yourselves to kind of like be involved in like some sense.
Yeah, and like, oh my God for sake, just go a little international here and learn about what's going on in these projects. Like one of the ones I invested in was Zebi. Now, seeing the article about India, not really going into the crypto, it's still like figuring out what they're going to do with cryptocurrency in India. But currently, the government has a multi-year contract with Zebi. So what I love about this whole story is that, you know, I currently own this Zebi token, and they are providing a service on the blockchain to the government. I love it. So, you know, when it comes to currency, it's like, if that, then what, right? But when it comes to the technology, it's like a no-brainer. We're going to save. It's a security project. And it basically, like, if you wanted to buy a house or a car, or you wanted like to, if you have to put your information out into an insurance company, it's this one secure encrypted hub to hold your all your information. So literally, if you want to do any transaction financially or real estate wise or I think like health-wise, they just plug into there.
Oh, okay.
And they just pull it out. And like, boom, you're approved like that. You're in like that. It's like this one-stop shop for all your info. None of this duplication application stuff. Yeah. And it's all of it's down right now. So it's like so cheap. And so here I am sitting here in USA and I'm investing in India. I'm happy. I'm excited.
And here, okay, I'm going to bring this to something negative again. If you want to learn why some of this stuff is valuable, start reading some like geopolitical news and just scare the crap out of yourself. Yeah. You're going to want to be an investor in this really soon. So
Diane Klein wrote Disaster Capitalism. It's a really sketchy book. I had a friend that used to tell all of his friends to read it, and they're like, I hate you for making me read Diane. Diane I think that Disaster Capitalism. But basically in that book, she says like it's pretty bad what has happened outside of the walls of this country. And I'm amazed that some of these like contractors went over after like countries were like devastated and they created these contracts to build hospitals. They got paid and they never built. And it's done. I was like, I always wondered, why do people not like us being Americans? It's not me. I didn't do that. It's not my agreement. I don't back it. But because we're part of a country, I don't know if what do we do? But here's the thing, what you can do is like, you're part of this beautiful like world, I guess, is just to be more universal human being and knowing we're on one planet. Right. Just to find a project you really like and really believe in and the subject you like and just stick to the investments in that subject that you love and that you want to support and you want to see grow. So I think, Car Vertical, whether it's up or down, I'm keeping it. I'm hodling that stuff. I want to keep my money there because I want to see them succeed. I want Zebby to succeed. I think that's cool. I love the mobile dent share thing.
Like something cool to see like, I'm investing in this. It's just like a thing to like make money like down the road, but it's like no, you are literally investing in the project. Like it does do something.
Yeah, and I mean some people have already made all their money and they just really want to give back to the world. So I love telling my fans, I'm like, hey, it's so cool. I wonder if I have a Nano here. Is like you could get a Nano. It's a zip drive, and you can buy some cryptocurrency, put it in a Nano, put it under the like holiday gift chart, whatever your holiday is, and give it as a gift, birthday,
that is a cool idea,
right? And like you give your grandchildren or your children or your parents like a Nano zip drive, hard storage, full of this juicy, awesome cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Buy it now. We're 2018. And it's like a time capsule. Bring it back out in like 2028.
Right.
Bam. Like that's
cool.
And it's invisible, right? Like no one needs to know it's there. Put it in your safe, lock it up, say I love you. It's a will.
If someone made a device where you kind of force yourself to do that, like you put like certain like cryptocurrencies in like a hard storage wallet, and then you were able to like encrypt it so that you weren't even able to access it for like an X amount of time. That would be kind of cool. It's very simple.
A total time capsule.
Yeah. Like you force yourself to like hold on to things and like invest it actually.
Kind of like mail yourself the key code later.
Yeah.
You can hide the key code.
Where'd this go? What?
Anyway, so the point is like, I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this. I mean, $25. I love scanning the recently added section on CoinMarketCap. I remember Mithril came out in April. It was like 2 cents. It's already at like 50 cents. So yeah, I couldn't buy it because the exchange, I had to be from Taiwan. So many times I'm like, I need people in other countries. But
how exactly like do the exchanges like verify a lot of that stuff though? Because like I hear a lot of people say things like that, but like when you could download like a $20 a month like VPN app.
Well, no, because
like how
you have to give them your ID. I mean, and maybe this is where you'll have like theft ID. I have one of my students is in another country. I won't say what it is, but it's with desert country, and he can't even buy any. I feel so bad. Like he can't. they won't allow him to.
I think it's interesting. We already have the crypto equivalent of like Swiss bank accounts. Like you have like a contact in another, like kind of like buy the coin and then.
Yeah. I guess people could have like groups that do that. I mean, it's a desired space right now.
Just charge a little fee to transfer it to the person or something.
They definitely could. I'm so excited. We actually have people sticking on with us.
Oh, definitely. And like we'll have like the pre-recording thing. So like I said, this is our first like YouTube live thing. So like I was talking before, like, the live part doesn't even matter. Like this is going up like on your channel. You'll be able to watch this. So that's where the views are gonna come from. So
yeah, it was really good. I'm so glad you came to talk crypto. I don't really have anyone like.
We have these conversations all the time anyway, so we're like, well, why don't we actually just like give this to someone or let them?
I know we should just like not have talk time unless we're like on live time.
I know, right?
Live time, talk time.
There you go.
And maybe next time you can well, tell us about your successes. I know you've got a lot going on. We're really lucky to have Matt Sabia here.
Yeah, no,
you guys gotta check out his channel.
Right now, like the big thing, like I'm trying to work on. Like I was like so blessed to have like this new YouTube channel like explode with some like the stuff I put on there. But like, I'm not gonna go into one of those like those fake kind of like, oh, I just want to save the world type of things. But like, no, I mean that's a big motivator behind it. Like I wanted to be a lot of that person who like wasn't really there like when I was starting out, because like. You get this big like macro information from people, which is great. No, there's a time and place for both, but at the same time, there's not the person who actually goes on there. It's like, no, you click these buttons and do this, and this is how you start this business or start that. Or here's the blueprint for that. Or like you have this feel like it's a frustrating like in between kind of thing. Like they'll show you half, and then it's like you figure out the rest.
Oh my gosh, I remember he used to come over, and I would pay him to fix my computer when he was like little, like 16 was my computer guy. But he used to teach me how to do Shopify, and I was like, man, I don't think I can do it. I think I like,
I knew, right? Look at this.
Like, really, I'm really literally, I can't. I mean, I love crypto because it's just like fast, but his brain goes so fast, and he knows so many ins and outs of Shopify. So if anyone really wants to get into crypto, but the thing that's stopping you is that you don't have any money, then jump on Matt Sabia's site.
Oh, I like you tie that in.
I know. I mean, I'm serious because I'm always looking for ways to help people make the cash to get into the space. Right. So like he literally can teach you how to like pack it up, put a little site on, stick it on Instagram. Make money, get your Bitcoin and fill your Coinbase account with your Shopify business,
like,
right?
I have one video out there right now. Like, if you guys want, like, I mean, it's all like completely free. Like, the whole thing is given away. Like, I'm not some like bullshit artist. Like, I'm not going to sell you a course or to sign up for some like nothing like that. Like, I do the whole like business blueprint, like how we start, like in a very simple sense, like Shopify stores, like an Instagram, like. Like starting with drop shipping, but like I'm not gonna go on a rant, but like I really hope that dies very soon. Like this whole fad of like selling people cheap shit from China and marking it up like 500x needs to stop. But it's a good thing too, though, because like it's gonna force people to start real businesses. So like it's gonna filter out the people who aren't serious. Like, drop shipping's great to start. Like test your products with that. Like I wish like I don't know how you would limit it to that, but like that's how it should be done. Like. The fact that you don't need to buy inventory for products to test if your idea works and then kind of like white label it later on, that's great. But there's a lot of stuff I don't like in the community right now. And I'm just trying to be like, wow, this sounds really pompous to say, like a good example, I guess you could say. And
I think it's worked. It's worked for him for years, and he's got some really successful Shopify stores. Actually, are you still building stores for people and selling them?
Here and there, like right now, I'm kind of like trying to do it on like a larger level. Like I'll buy like established stores, and then either if I'm working with a client where they just want like a pre-made business, like we'll just like I'll charge them a little bit for that. But so here and there, like on a larger scale, I'm kind of doing that. But the main thing right now is just like I love just the content that we're trying to produce right now, and then just the regular stores that we own and run right now. Like that stuff is time consuming enough. So we don't sleep much. Anybody in this house, we don't sleep that much, but we do though. We were watching a Logan Paul's video before, ironically, where like what's the saying here and there? Like I've been repeating it a lot.
He's like, I don't have to work. I'm lucky. I can work.
Like
I
woke
get
up
to
today.
work.
Right?
Yeah.
So easier said than done.
It's so funny. Jamie always says, "We're retired. We're retired."
Exactly.
I'm like, "But we're always doing something." He's like, "Yeah, but we're retired."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think retired meant that.
We were those weird kids in school who actually thought math was fun. But now look who's laughing. So, you know.
I'm the nerd girl.
Yeah. Not a bad thing.
All right. So I think oh, that's awesome. We hit an hour. Cha-ching!
Nice. Wow, didn't feel like it.
I know. Maybe it's not right.
Oh, nice. No,
it says 1.00.010.
YouTube conspiracy. Because they're doing this stuff to turn the frogs gay and they're spraying this stuff in the air.
Everybody's sleeping.
Yeah, so.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited.
We gotta go crash.
Yeah, and then he's going to teach me how to label this. We didn't even say what it was.
Oh, we got a title on there, yeah.
You did?
YouTube, thankfully, like, they make it easy. Like, as soon as we click stop here, it's going to be, like, up on your channel. Well, unlisted, then you could choose to publish it.
Oh, it's unlisted?
Yeah, and then you can publish it if you want. The video, the pre-recorded one, I mean.
Okay.
Like, this is live to everybody.
Okay.
But then, like, the video, they put it, like unlisted on your channel. And they're like, guys, don't worry. I'm going to be working on this. There's going to be great YouTube content coming soon. I always do that, too.
I'm, like, looking down here, there.
I kind of do, like, the Casey Neistat thing now, though. Because, like, you can't see, like, where I'm actually looking. So it's kind of...
That's why I got to get some sunglasses.
That's literally, like, why he does that, though. Because, like, if you're looking at the viewfinder, like, it's disorienting. Like, here, like, you can't tell where I'm looking.
Yeah, I feel kind of weird.
Where am I looking?
I'm looking at the green light. I'm looking at the green light.
Yeah, exactly. And that's weird, too. I'm not going to lie. I think some people, when they try and do that, it's a little bit creepy. Where it's just, like you just constantly make eye contact with somebody. But
I used to, like, have this computer in my bedroom. I remember, like, putting tape over the little hole. I was like, they're watching me.
Yeah. We fixed that, though. We were a little bit less paranoid, so.
I know. The books that I read are just...
The government's lying.
Aren't they always? We're watching Forrest Gump or something, or someone was saying it's crooked or more, crooked than ball. Anyways, let's play nice. All right, so I love you guys. Have a great day or night, whatever it is, wherever you live.
You are. So
joy to the world.
All that stuff.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
So
all right.
We're gonna get some. So happy Hanukkah. We hope you guys got something out of this. And we'll see you next time.
It is not December yet, silly goose.
I thought we were doing a thing. Cool.
So Hanukkah though. Oh, okay, we're just being silly.
Yeah, wow. Oh, we are loopy. All right, guys, we will see you sometime very soon.
Thank you for coming. And
oh wait, and oh no, oh it's cool. You didn't say anything.
I know.
Oh.